Welcome to Steven Kitchen. Imagine sinking your teeth into a luscious chocolate brownie or savoring a spoonful of creamy vanilla custard. Sounds enticing, doesn't it? And that's just the beginning. We're going to whisk you away on a dessert journey featuring not only these two delights but also a crunchy apple crisp, a classic strawberry shortcake, and tangy lemon bars. Each one a delightful treat that promises to tickle your taste buds. So brace yourself for a sugar-laden adventure. Stay tuned as we delve into the sweet world of homemade desserts. Scene script. Starting off with everyone's favorite, the rich and fudgy chocolate brownie. Let's dive right into the heart of this chocolatey heaven. The first thing to remember when making these divine treats is the importance of using high-quality chocolate. Yes, that's right. The secret to a truly decadent brownie lies in the quality of the chocolate you use. Opt for a dark chocolate with 70 to 75% cocoa content. This gives your brownies that deep, intense chocolate flavor that we all crave. Now, once you've melted your chocolate and butter together, it's time to whisk in your sugar. And here's a little tip. Use a mix of brown and white sugar. The brown sugar adds a hint of caramel flavor that complements the chocolate beautifully. Next, you'll add your eggs. Make sure to add them one at a time, whisking well after each addition. This ensures that your eggs are fully incorporated, contributing to a smooth, velvety texture. After your eggs, it's time for the vanilla extract. A splash of this brings out the chocolate flavor even more. Now, onto the dry ingredients. You'll need flour, cocoa powder, and a pinch of salt. When adding these, remember the technique of folding. Instead of vigorously stirring, gently fold your dry ingredients into the wet. This keeps the brownies moist and fudgy rather than cakey. Once your batter is smooth and well mixed, it's time to pour it into your prepared pan. Spread it out evenly, then into the oven it goes. Bake until a toothpick comes out with a few moist crumbs. Not completely clean, but not wet either. This is the sweet spot for perfect brownies. When you take them out of the oven, let them cool completely in the pan. I know it's tempting, but trust me, it's worth the wait. Once they're cool, cut them into squares and behold the fruits of your labor. And there you have it, a batch of irresistible chocolate brownies. Whether it's for a special occasion or a simple treat-yourself day, these brownies are sure to bring a smile to anyone's face. Enjoy! Next up is a recipe for a dessert staple, the classic vanilla custard. Vanilla custard is an all-time favorite, a timeless dessert that warms the heart and soothes the soul. What sets a truly exceptional custard apart is the use of real vanilla beans. These potent pods impart a rich, deep flavor that's incomparable to any synthetic substitute. To start, you'll need half a vanilla bean. Slice it lengthwise and scrape out all those tiny, fragrant seeds. The sight of those little black specks floating in your custard is a sure sign of a dessert made with love and care. Next, you'll need to heat your milk. Pour it into a saucepan, add the vanilla seeds and the scraped pod for good measure. Warm it gently over medium heat, but be sure not to let it boil. You want it hot, but not bubbling. This is where patience comes into play, and trust me, your taste buds will thank you for it. While your milk is heating, whisk together your egg yolks and sugar in a separate bowl until they're well combined and have a pale, creamy color. This is the base of your custard, the backbone that will carry that delightful vanilla flavor. Now comes the crucial part, tempering the eggs. This involves slowly adding the hot milk to the egg mixture, whisking constantly. It's a delicate process, but don't be intimidated. The key is to add the milk slowly, a little at a time, to gradually raise the temperature of the eggs. This prevents them from scrambling and ensures a smooth, creamy custard. Once all the milk is incorporated, return the mixture to the pan and cook over low heat, stirring constantly. You're looking for a custard that coats the back of a spoon. When you reach that point, strain out the vanilla pod, pour your custard into a bowl or individual serving dishes and let it cool. With that, you've got yourself a bowl of velvety vanilla custard. This classic comforting dessert is as versatile as it is delicious. Enjoy it on its own or use it as a base for countless other sweet treats. Now let's tackle a fruity favorite, the warm and comforting apple crisp. Ah, the apple crisp, a delightful dessert that's as comforting as a warm hug on a cold day. It's a symphony of soft, tart apples, contrasting beautifully with a sweet, crunchy topping. But what's the secret to the perfect apple crisp? Let's delve in and find out. The first key to a great apple crisp is selecting the right apples. You want to go for tart apples like Granny Smith. Their tartness complements the sweetness of the topping and creates a balance of flavors. Remember to peel and core the apples before cutting them into slices. The thickness of the slices is up to you, but keep in mind, thinner slices will cook faster. Now let's move on to the star of the show, the crispy topping. The key here is to cut cold butter into the flour. This might sound fancy, but it's quite simple. You'll need your flour, sugar, and a pinch of salt in a bowl. Then add in chunks of cold butter. Using your fingers or a pastry cutter, mix them together until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. This technique ensures that the butter is evenly distributed, giving you a perfectly crispy golden topping every time. Once your apples are layered in your dish and your topping is sprinkled over, it's time for the oven. Bake until the topping is golden brown and the apples are bubbling. The smell alone will be enough to make your mouth water. And there you have it, the perfect apple crisp. Serve it warm, maybe with a scoop of vanilla ice cream or a dollop of whipped cream. Each bite will be a perfect blend of tart apples and sweet, crispy topping. Remember, the beauty of an apple crisp lies in its simplicity. The key is to let the ingredients shine, and with these tips, you're well on your way to making a dessert that's sure to impress. And just like that, you've made a delicious apple crisp. Scene script. Moving on to a summertime special, the light and refreshing strawberry shortcake. Nothing screams summer like a perfect strawberry shortcake. This simple yet elegant dessert is a symphony of sweet, juicy strawberries, fluffy whipped cream, and tender shortcake biscuits. So let's dive right into the recipe. Start with a pound of ripe, fresh strawberries. The key to a great strawberry shortcake is using the freshest strawberries you can find. Hull and halve these beautiful red gems and toss them in a bowl with a quarter cup of sugar. This will help draw out the natural juices and intensify the strawberry flavor. Leave this mixture to macerate for at least half an hour. While the strawberries are doing their thing, let's move on to the biscuits. In a large bowl, combine 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a quarter cup of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Cut in half a cup of cold butter until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. Stir in 2/3 of a cup of milk until just combined. Drop spoonfuls of the dough onto a baking sheet and bake at 425 degrees for about 15 minutes or until golden brown. Now, let's talk about the whipped cream. You could certainly use store-bought, but making it from scratch really elevates this dessert. All you need is a cup of heavy cream, a couple tablespoons of sugar, and a splash of vanilla. Whip these together until soft peaks form. Remember, overbeating can turn your cream into butter, so keep a close eye on it. Once your biscuits are cooled, slice them in half. Spoon a generous amount of your macerated strawberries onto the bottom half of each biscuit. Top with a dollop of your homemade whipped cream and then place the other half of the biscuit on top. And there you have it. There you have it, a mouth-watering strawberry shortcake. Lastly, we have a tangy treat, the bright and zesty lemon bars. These little squares of sunshine are a burst of citrusy goodness that can brighten up even the gloomiest of days. To start, we'll need a simple shortbread crust. Combine flour, sugar, and softened butter until the mixture resembles coarse crumbs. Press this mixture into the bottom of your baking dish and let it bake till golden brown. This preliminary baking step ensures a firm and crisp crust that can hold up to the luscious lemon filling. Now, while the crust is cooling, let's move on to the star of the show, the lemon filling. For this, we'll whisk together eggs, sugar, and most importantly, fresh lemon juice. The freshness of the lemon juice is crucial as it gives our bars that irresistible zing. Don't shy away from the zest either. It adds an extra layer of citrus flavor that will have your taste buds dancing. Once the crust has cooled, we'll pour our lemon filling over it and slide it back into the oven. The bars will bake until the filling is set. A jiggly center is what we're aiming for. Let them cool completely before dusting with powdered sugar. Our lemon bars are a blend of sweet and tart, crunchy and smooth. They offer a refreshing change from the usual chocolate and vanilla desserts. And voila, you've made delightful lemon bars. There you have it, 5 scrumptious desserts that you can easily whip up at home. We started off with the chocolate brownie delight, a rich and gooey treat made extra special with the addition of coffee. Then we moved on to the velvety vanilla custard, a creamy and comforting dessert that's elevated with a touch of nutmeg. Our third delight was the apple crisp extravaganza, a perfect blend of tart apples and sweet crumble, made unique with a sprinkle of cardamom. The strawberry shortcake supreme was next, a light and summery dessert where the secret lies in macerating the strawberries. And finally, we ended with the Luscious lemon bars, a tangy and sweet treat that gets its zing from fresh lemon zest. Each dessert offers a different taste, a different texture, and a different experience. So why wait? Get your apron on and start creating these sweet delights right in your kitchen.